All right, ladies and gentlemen, I realized I wanted to answer another question. Did they spend more money on their first order or on their second order? So I took what we had earlier when we were looking at the frequencies of time, in this case, minutes between orders, and I just copied it down a little bit. And you can see the data that we have here. We have the payment ID, the customer ID, the date, the amount, whether it was their first or second order. If it was the second, what the prior order was. We got the interval, the minutes. We talked about all that good stuff. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then watch the last video. But why don't we, a lot of times people are going to say, hey, the customer's buying more the first time or the second time or the nth time. And a lot of times, in reality, it's hard to discern any patterns whatsoever, but people are going to want to know anyway. So we got to figure out how to give it to them. And let's just think about this. What does it mean? We want to know, did they spend more on their first or second order? So which order number of one or two has more money? So thinking about it conceptually, imagine if this was our table. What could we do with it? We could select this column. We could count the rows and sum the amounts. All right, well, let's use our old friend, the common table expression, and just call this base table. I'll indent it a little bit for an iota of clarity, not much. It still looks like a crazy thing. But if you break it down or watch the prior video, it'll make a lot of sense. So let's see what we need. So we need BT, I'm gonna call base table BT, cost order rank. I'm going to get the amount, and I'm gonna do a count, and I'm gonna do it from base table BT, and I'll just let the group by error run its course because this is a column that needs to be grouped. Don't forget to group by it. So we're going to group by it. Very interesting. And we see here that we have customer order rank of 1 has around $2,400.23. Customer order rank of 2 has around $2,400.28, and the count, unfortunately, is identical for both. Why is that unfortunate, do you say? Because this DVD rental database doesn't necessarily look like a real customer database. It just so happens that every customer has at least 2 orders. But in reality, you would probably see order rank 2 be lower than order rank 1, because generally not everybody orders a second time unless you're working for some crazy company that's doing a really great job with loyalty and retention. So that was actually pretty easy. We just wrapped our query of first and second orders. We took our order rank out of that. We summed up the revenue, and we did a count. And again, your count is probably going to be lower. In this case, maybe if we look at, like, let's take 3. Is that going to change anything? No. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, you can tell when they generated this data set, they kind of they kind of gave everybody lots of the same orders. Maybe they all have 30 orders, but in any event, this is a great pattern. It's an easy way to decisively answer, over time, over more orders, are people, placing higher orders or higher value orders? And if you wanted to actually normalize this data, if these counts were of different value, you could just take the sum divided by the count, and that'll give you the average order value per the customer rank. Let's just do that real quick. And you'll see what I mean. Did something wrong here. Why am I summing that? Oh, sorry. There we go. So that's the average order value there. Okay, next we're going to move on to, we're going to take a look at, let's say I place my first order today. In addition to the revenue from my first order, what is my average spend over the next 7 days? So we're going to find a good chance to use our subqueries, especially our correlated subqueries, and we'll see data sets and data requests that look like something you might get from your marketing team or from your finance team. Okay, talk soon.